Hi, we're back. Sorry, we got cut off. We were.
So let's see. We did our wine tasting in our one full day. Then we went back and let's see. So we had gone to Volterra. So for dinner we went back to San Gimignano. I just said incorrectly. Um, because it's close for one, and because we really like that town. So we
Oh,
went.
and then, like I said, at night it's cool because it's not very busy.
So we went back there. Claire shopped again. Got a purse on closing. The guy was very amusing. So now she has a purse and shoes.
Oops.
Because we're still in Tuscan region, like around Florence, so
Right.
a lot of
We're,
nice leather.
yeah, it was only like 40 minutes outside of so that whole area is not the leather.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And
we
then
had
we
another nice dinner.
found a nice place, which was sort of in like I don't know if you want to call it the basement of an old building, but it was really cool. It was very contemporary inside there.
Yeah,
Really good food
Tuscany
again.
is well known for the wild boar, so lots of every sort of preparation of that you can imagine. They're really well known for truffles, so lots of pastas with truffles.
Lots of like mushroom truffle pasta type things.
Yeah, um, they're really well known for their like cured meat, so lots of prosciuttos and salamis, and cheese, of course. Anyway, so the next morning we got up, we had another wonderful breakfast. Um,
Said bye to our new doggy friend, the
yes.
owner's dog, Ollie.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good boy. We miss our dog.
Clearly.
So, and then we set out. We tried to make the best route, but these roads they're just like little country roads. Sometimes they're like one lane wide. The base of them has gotten quite washed out, so there's like a lot of veins sort of in the road. So you kind of go and you're doing
and
it's pretty rough. Yeah, pretty rough. And I'm trying to go around them, but it's impossible. So we made our way. It took a little over an hour. We got back into Florence. We had some issues finding gasoline, and then once we found it, trying to figure out how to get it to pump into the car.
Shouldn't be that
But
complicated.
Claire figured it out. We had to use cash instead of card, but we figured it out, and we got the car fueled up. We got our service back, and so then we made it back in, dropped off the car, found some quick food, and made the train with plenty of time to spare, which was all good.
So now we're in Venice. Made it to Venice.
Train ride was pretty quick, yeah. Mm-hmm. Made it to Venice, had to take a water taxi, which is like, think a giant bus, but it's a boat. It's not very like a barge. Yeah, almost like a little... It was not. We were both pretty cranky. It was not that fun of an experience.
Well, it's just like everyone was coming in off the train,
Asian
so these
tourists.
water taxis were just jammed with suitcases.
Oh, they were so
and then
full.
like the guy on
they have like these policies, like you can't have your bags by the rails. You can't wear your backpack. I think because it's like maybe it would like you'd fall in the water, and
I don't know. So they're
like telling you to take your bags off, like move your bags over here. Meanwhile, you can't move, and there's all these people. Go over there with your bags, and you're dying of heat stroke.
We're not going anywhere with our bags. Like we cannot move.
Yeah, it was not fun, but we made it. We walked here. We're at our place. It's really nice. Do you want to go through the first night here since we're on the video, or not?
Yeah, let's just do it.
Okay, so the first night we looked around on Travel Guide and TripAdvisor and found a number of places to go, and we found a place to get a drink, and then we went there and it was closed. So we went back to the main drag.
It was a Sunday.
It was a Sunday. And we found another place and had spritz, which is like a...
Spritz is a traditional Venetian drink.
Claire can tell you all about it.
She looked it up. We've seen people drinking them all over.
It looks sort of like
Italy.
Like a transparent orange kind of drink.
So it's like 1 part prosecco, 1 part like carbonated water, and then 1 part of a liqueur, which is usually Aperol, which is like an orange
so
bitter.
Think like bitters, yeah.
Yeah.
So
and they're good. They're really refreshing, and then they put like blood orange things.
Claire really liked it. And then Venice is where they were first created. Is that right? So
yes.
They're kind of known
because
it's like you want to get spritz here.
Because when the Habsburg Empire came into Venice in Italy, they were not used to the strong Italian wine, so they would ask for them to be diluted with water, like a spritz of water. And
so we had spritz. We made a bet because there's all these guys selling junk, and one of them is like this glob thing you throw. And Claire's like, that probably costs €5.
We've
And I
seen them in
said,
every single city.
I
And
bet
just
it's
don't
more
buy
than
them.
€5. And then we go up to the guy, and Claire's like, how much? And he goes, €3. And we're like, okay, because we know Claire won the bet. So we turn around to go, and he's like, wait, €2, €2. And he's like, this is gonna be easy.
I also was like about ready to punch one of these guys with these roses
yeah.
because
This has mostly happened here. Like only one other place do they have roses in particular.
like they want you to buy a rose, right? Like well, they want him to buy me a
They
rose.
want
right?
yeah.
So they come up and they literally just like jam it at you. They're like rose,
They're like,
rose, rose, and like I don't want it. And like
yeah,
they
they're
won't
not.
go
It's not
away.
like, oh, mademoiselle, like, wouldn't you love a rose? It's like they literally just take a rose and like stick it on
Yeah.
her and like shove it into her.
And
like
I was getting so mad. It happened like 2 times where these guys
she
were so
about
pushy.
punched a
I
guy.
was so mad.
She's like, no.
It's like it's not a good sales tactic.
No. So, at any rate, so we went to our dinner place, which was this tiny little like tavern style place.
Total hole in the wall.
They only accepted cash. We're very low on cash. So we had a small
we need
dinner.
To get cash.
We still need to get cash.
But it was good.
But
we
it was
ended
very
up sitting,
good, very
they didn't have
fresh.
any tables, so we ended up sharing this table with these 2 Italian women, and they like loved us.
They were from Rome and Genoa, which is just north of Cinque Terre.
I think they were sisters. That was her sister.
Right? Oh, okay. They were sisters. And the one spoke, like, she was trying to speak English, and she wanted to speak to us. She was hilarious.
She just kept,
so
we would,
happy.
like, go back to our conversation, and then suddenly she would just turn to us and, like, be like, okay, so I tell you what we did today. Like, just, like, started again.
It was pretty funny.
Great. She liked us a lot.
It was fun. And then we wandered the streets and ended up down at St. Mark's Basilica and St. Mark's Square and saw the orchestras that play for the restaurants there.
Yeah, they have like these. St. Mark's Square, I think, was sort of like the epitome of sort of the grandeur of Venice back in the day. And so there's all these cafes that line the square, and they all have these little like stages with not really an orchestra. It's like more
it's
like
a 4 or 5 piece.
It's more like a string quartet with like a piano,
bass, violin, maybe a woodwind. And maybe a accordion.
Yeah, but so they all play, and they kind of play at different times, and it's kind of fun at night too.
It was fun.
I liked it. I really liked it.
And we went and got gelato and came back and watched some more. And then we strolled home and
getting so lost.
So let's end the video with this explanation. So we know that these are all, there's canals everywhere, right? So imagine trying to walk and basically think of it as a number of islands that are all connected by a few bridges. So there's just alleyways going everywhere, but not every alleyway connects to a bridge. Right. So sometimes most of them do not. So a lot of times, right, you walk and suddenly you're at a dead end. And it's either dead ends into a building or more often it just dead ends and there's a canal. But it's not like, oh, I can just go down the sidewalk and then cross the bridge. It's like I have to go back. So we would like go and then have to pull out the map and be like, okay, now we go this way. And like you think you're lost and then suddenly you find like, oh, if I go around this tiny little like 2-foot wide alley and now I'm in a square and oh, there's a bridge. And
I just can't believe how dead it is here at night. Like there's no one when we were walking home last night. Like
they're just, the streets are like,
I mean, I'm sure when we go out today it'll just be jammed with people, but at night
well, there's also some areas you can tell are like much more touristy. Like, there's a big avenue by us which is very touristy, and like I'm sure St. Mark's Square will be just packed with tourists. But then when you, I mean, in order to get back to our place, there's no like main drag. The main drag is the river, the Grand Canal. So if you're not going by a boat and you're walking through these tiny little alleyways and weird squares and, you know, trying to figure out, okay, should I take this bridge and go over to that island or should I stay on mine or what? I mean, it's fun because you see all these really cool sites and everything.
It's really cool. I really like
without like a very detailed map or Google Maps,
I don't know how you'd ever.
We'd never.
We were like, you would never get home, like especially if you. Never get home.
I said you'd just fall in the canal and drown if you'd been drinking.
But I mean, we definitely went a while last night where like we didn't even see people. I mean, it was like
we would go like minutes and there'd be no people, and like you'd look up at the buildings and Claire's pointing out like they're just all dark.
I'm like, I wonder. So the population of Venice now is only like 50,000. Like it's just gotten really, really small because it's so expensive to live here.
It's real. It is noticeably more expensive. Like everything is like 30 to 50% more expensive. And I think like water,
daily living here is really different. I mean,
it's just impractical.
It's impractical. Yeah. And so the population of Venice has really shrunk. And I just wonder if all these buildings like are empty because seriously, last night we were walking and it's just every window is dark. You know, one here or there'd be light, but it just was so dark. And the other thing they were saying that even though like Venice clearly basically lives off of tourism, that in the last couple of last 5-10 years it's even gotten worse because of the fact that Venice has gotten really expensive, and more people that used to spend the night in Venice now spend the night like over on the main island and then just bus into Venice for the day or come off the cruise ships or whatever. So a lot of the tourism economy they were getting from hotels and from restaurants in the evening and drinks and bars and whatever has really dried up a lot. So
Yeah, I could totally see that because for the price that we paid, we love our place and everything. It's very nice here. But I could totally see, yeah, staying across. There's a bus and just taking that bus and doing the town and then going home.
But it's cool because then when you're here at night, it's like you have the whole city to yourself.
Yeah.
Like it's really cool.
It's a very unique place. So we're gonna go enjoy our day.
Yeah.
Check in again.
We will make another